guys? I'm Mellowseven. This is Football Manager 2018, and we're in Denmark, right? We're with HB Køge, and I have to start with an apology. I said last episode that I believed we had taken a short step backwards player-wise. I was wrong. I was way wrong, I think. But it's just been so. This was not the video I was going to start with today, but I played this game last night through the preseason until about 2 a.m. and really wanted to record this episode right away, and had a really hard time not shutting things down and going to bed. And now that I'm up, we've got to get into it. So let's start with how we've done. How about that? They should have called our preseason the gun show because we flexed on everybody. Now, these are all lower league teams, right? We didn't play anybody of any real stature here. They were all on the road, however. But you can see 16 goals by 9 different players, right? This game right here, look, 1, 2, 3 players with a 9 or higher. This one, just the one player with over a 9. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4 players with a 9. 9.8, and there's an 8.9 and 8.8, lots of 8.7s. My God, guys, this team is just... let me show you the comparisons. So, not much from here. We are the most expensive team in the league at the moment. But as you can see, we deserve to be the most expensive team. There is no weakness on this team right now. Acceleration, I guess, for our attackers, which would be nice because we are going to play attacking. But I think we're going to tend to spend most of our time on their half of the field. So while acceleration is going to help us to make a move around somebody, it's not necessarily needed to break a long run down there. And that's just our strikers. So you can see our midfielders and defenders are both okay for that. So, and then our midfield here, tackling, stamina, passing. I don't have any special defensive stuff turned on. But since we're talking about that, let's take a look at the formation. We're going to run a 4-4-1-1 right now. That's my plan. Not the world's most attacking in far as basic setup, but you can see here, we've got a target man on attack. We've got a winger on attack. We've got another winger on attack. These guys are all on support. And then we also have an inverted wingback on attack. I've never used an inverted wingback before. And I like them. So that gives you kind of a basic idea. Let's look at the players that are going to make this in and what we've done in and out as far as transfer windows go. Let's start with, whoops, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get here. Let's look at released players. So to start with, we released a number of players, some of which have been good in the past. So for instance, Mads Grieve, who was actually our vice captain, assistant captain, whatever we call him. And you can see mentals are good. Technicals are decent as well, but he's 32 years old and he's got acceleration of 4 and a pace of 7. So had to go. But most of this is just players that weren't very good. Now, as it turns out, he's not too bad, actually. We might have to see if he's still a free agent. Maybe we get him back. Oh, no, good determination, good. I don't know why. He was probably just an end of contract that I didn't notice, to be honest, because that's not too shabby. I don't know that we need him, though. So what happened was I took over, and it turned out the entire team's contracts were ending now. That was it. We had like 2 weeks, and everybody's contract was going to end, and that was it. We had to decide what we were going to keep, what we were going to let go, and like I say, for the most part, we let people go. So let's go ahead and look at all transfers here. Oh, wait, so those were the players that we let go. These are the players that we sold or allowed to go on a free before they happened to just get released, right? And there's no real huge names in here. The biggest one is probably this gentleman right here, another central defender who's a little bit too old, 34 years old. And again, good technicals, good mentals, and some of those physicals are good. But again, acceleration of 5, pace of 8. He's just not going to be able to get back on side. And because we do want to play attacking, that's going to hurt. If we were going to play more defensive or counter, and we could put a deep line back there and just set those two gentlemen back there, then they would have been spectacular for us. But we're not going to. And as such, we need to be able to move and a little bit better than that they could do. So also, they were both on decent salaries, and that became an issue as far as cost savings go. So now, players that we brought in. A number of these were brought in by our general manager for our youth team. So Jesper, I think he was one as well. Yeah. So our youth team had like nobody left after the release. It was gone. It looked really bad. So we started to bring people in. And some of these are going to be pretty decent. I mean, look at him right here. This is one we brought in to replace our defensive center backs that we lost. Looks pretty nice. Great physicals. Mentals are okay. Not spectacular. I would like a little bit higher determination, we know. But positioning, teamwork, work rate, aggression, I like those a lot. Marko Davidovic. I made a little bit of a mistake. I ended up bringing in 2 good defender rights. I was originally going to start Marko, and then he got injured and missed the entire preseason, all 3 of our games. He's just about back now. But giving the other guy a shot it became what I want. I mean, the other guy won the game, won the position, I think, when all is said and done. So this guy's very good, though, and he'll be an excellent backup for us and rotational player. He's not just going to be strictly a backup. So we brought both of those in from Viborg. John Rudd. Alexander Bond. This guy's going to be a star. We brought him in for mid-left specifically. And you can see there acceleration of 15. Good determination, lots of flair, anticipation. Off the ball, still a little weak at 8, but he can cross, he can dribble, he's got good first touch, good technique. I think he's going to be very good for us. So we'll see how that goes. He's got a lot of player traits, runs with ball down right, which is interesting because we're going to play him on the left. I think I have him on the left, but maybe he'd be a good inside winger on the other side there. We'll have to see. This was a youth striker. Jacob Buss. This is who I ended up with on the defensive right. I brought him in mostly to be a sub for right and center. That was my original plan. But as it turns out, he loves to play inverted wingback. And watching him play has been so much fun that he's going to stay in. I don't know that he's the most effective player for us, but he's been the most fun player for us. So we're going to stick with it. And you can see physicals are good, good acceleration, good pace, decent natural fitness, and mentals are really good as well. Aggression, bravery, decisions, positioning, teamwork, vision, and work rate all are green. A little bit more flair might be nice for this player, to be honest, but I'm not sure we need it. And then the technicals. He's 25 years old. I wish the technicals were a little bit better. They're not, but he does decent. Defensively, his technicals are fine. So we'll see. Like I say, I'm not sure he's the best option. Probably Marko is a better player overall. And that's why he was originally going to be the starter. But we'll play that one by ear. Jesper Lindstrom, we brought him in on a free. He's going to play attacking mid-center for us. And my gosh, he looks good. 18 flair, 17 team. I mean, these are big numbers, right? And 15 acceleration and pace as well. He can dribble, he can finish, great first touch. He's everything in a bag of chips. So Jesper Lindstrom is going to be very good for us. Oscar Bust Sorensen, we brought him in. He's going to play defensive center for us mostly, but he can also move up and play some midfield. A little bit slow for that for us, but with his technicals back there, he's going to be very good for us defensive center. Wish marking was a little bit higher, but we can live with that because his positioning is good. And we're not going to play a heavy marking team anyway. So at least no specific instructions for one way or the other. So I think he's just a good, solid player for us. I think he's going to play very well. I'm real happy with Sorensen. Kasper Bisgaard. This was one did I bring him in? I think this is actually somebody that the general manager brought in for the youth team, but I think he's going to see some time on the starting team. Great marking, tackling and heading are okay. He's got good jumping reach. Just a youngster, 20 years old, so he's going to improve a lot. But those mentals are spectacular. Like I say, he's already got a 15 positioning and teamwork in there, good determination and work rate, and anticipation. So he's going to be able to see plays happening. I think he's going to be spectacular for us. That was a really good pickup. And then Jorgen, we brought him in as a loan. This is a general manager brought him in as a loan. He actually also 20 years old. Great physicals, as you can see there. And he plays midfield right. So he's going to get in quite a bit on the right. He's not going to be the starter for us, but I think we'll see him quite a bit. Good flair, determination, work rate, all the stuff I like. I worry a little bit about aggression of 18. Maybe he's going to be a dirty player and pick up some cards. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're not making any specific calls for it. So let's go back and look at this a little bit more. So the only team instruction I'm going to run is look for underlap. And I'm going to do that specifically because of Bus. He is just he's a crazy man. He's a crazy man. To get you an idea, let's go back. I think it was it this game? Yeah, he scored 2 goals in this game. So let me turn down my volume here before we hit this. Oh, by the way, our colors are pink, blue, and black. So I love the jerseys. Love the jerseys. So although I may adjust the blue jersey, because in reality it's the blue and black stripes, and in this it's just solid blue. So I may go back and adjust the kit to match the team's actual jerseys. So let's look at goals only here, just because why not, right? Quick little hint, but you're going to see Bus. He's everywhere. So I'm going to pause it here, and this is him right here, and we'll keep him highlighted so you can keep track of where he goes. Look at that. Look at him. He's the farthest forward player, and he's our defensive back. Oh my God. He's crazy. And again, same here. You're going to see him. When he puts the charge on to go attacking, he drifted back there in case we lost it, which was good. And Miklic gets in there and gets the goal for us with our striker there. Lidstrom, look at Bus. Right up there again. Makes a spectacular tackle, completely creates his own, dribbles in, takes the shot, squeezes it past. How can you not love that? This game he was in purely for injury. And I don't remember if the injury happened in the game or not, but and there's Bond. I told you he's going to be a beast for us on the right as well. And this was the one goal we gave up here. Got a deflection off the line there and ended up squeezing in near post, and there we go, a penalty kick to kind of finish things off for us. But my God, let's take a look. I haven't looked at this yet. Let's look at the analysis on that game. I want to know how far Bus actually plays up. So this is us here. So, well, it says he averages here, but we saw him put in some big runs up. But as soon as it looked like the ball was going to be lost, he dropped back really quickly. So I think he's going to be okay. But my God, he was so much fun to watch play. And you can see we played pretty much the entire game on their end. So real happy with the way that worked out. They got trapped down here. It looks like they spent some time, maybe off of set pieces or something, and couldn't quite get anything going. Not sure. We didn't see a lot of highlights from that. But 23 shots, 9 on target. We played pretty well. So let's go ahead. How overall has this position done? Now, we haven't seen real competition yet. Okay, but in 3 starts, 277 minutes used against lower division competition, we have 8 for and 1 against. We're generating a chance every 34 minutes, and we're only giving up one every, 277 minutes. Now, I looked at this last night just before I turned off the computer, and I was ecstatic about this. But then I clicked down here. A chance every 10 minutes. But they give up a chance every 15 minutes. This is going to be some high-scoring football if we go with this. And I believe, have I already built it? Yes. I've already added it in. I'm going to make it so it's essentially identical to ours with all the same attacking and stuff like that. It just moves these guys up. And then we could do that if we wanted to. So if we're against a good team and we just can't quite break through, we're down by a goal and we need to get it, we're going to pop to this. Risk versus reward. We'll take, especially if we're already losing, we'll take the risk for that chance every 10 minutes and see what happens. Now, we may increase the risk a little bit because if we're running him again as this inverted wingback on attack. And we're going to look for underlap on this one too. You know, he's going to be coming in hot. And again, these guys, I think we could probably back these guys off to support at this point. Just, no, screw it. We're going attack. We're going attack. I lied. We're going attack. There we go. So essentially the only difference is that, and I think, let's see, one of these is a playmaker. This one's going to be an attacking advanced playmaker. Support. Does he prefer that? He does. We got those backwards. There we go. There we go. That means we have them backwards right now here as well. No, it made the swap completely. So what we'll do is we'll have this here so we can jump up and just pile on. And this needs to be a target man on attack. And that's already a target man on attack and attacking playmaker on support. Okay. So, and this needs to be a fullback on support. Oh, he likes to attack too. You know what? Screw it. When we go to this one, we are all attack all the time. Central defender, okay. Central defender, okay. So, there it is. Those are our tactics. That's our team. You haven't quite seen everybody. Go ahead. Ivan Filipovic is our starting goalkeeper. He's the starting goalkeeper because he said it was the first team goalkeeper. I'm not 100% sure that he's actually better than Rasmussen Fredriksson, who's pretty darn good and getting better. 10, 11, 12 for our top three, 14, 12, 8. One-on-ones is 9. Whoops. Why are we on that? We might give up some one-on-ones, 7. Okay, but it's coming up. Because we're going to be so offensive, guys are going to get behind us. So we may want to prioritize whoever ends up with the best one-on-ones for our goalkeeper. But he's excellent. Now, rules of the league, we had to have 4 under-21s, 4 homegrown club players on our registered team. We had to have an additional 4 homegrown nation players on the team. And we've covered that. Match day squad, we have to have a goalkeeper on the bench. We're not allowed to run with no goalkeeper. Loki Doki would hate this league. And then when we get to cup matches, if we are playing a League 2 or lower, then we must run 3 under-20s on the bench. And they can't be the goalkeeper, okay? So non-backfield under-20s, I think, is the rule. Something like that. We'll figure it out. So those are our registration and our match requirements. So right now we've got a legal team. And if we were to look at registration, you'll see what we've got here. We've got our 4 club. We've got 19 nation trained. We're at 23 people right now, maximum. So, but under 20 don't have to be registered. So we can bring some under 20 guys up and down as we need to. Let's take a look at finances. We talked a little bit about that. Now, I had actually, we got ourselves down into a little bit of a sticky wicket. We'd been down to like 10 or 12,000 transfer budget and a payroll where we were about 3,000. I think originally our payroll was like 33,200 and we had a payroll of over 36,000 at one point. Maybe it was a little bit higher even. But what I did was we released one of our old defensive players and we sold the other one. So they were on like 1,400 a week each. So that got 2,800 off the books right there. That was excellent. And then we had a player sold, not our player, but an ex-player. And I don't remember how far back it was. Right here. Amundsen sold. And we got 250,000 of that, of which I believe 55,000 or 55% went to our transfer budget, right? Because we got a 40% of the profit on that. So if we take a look then, we get 55% of transfer revenue. So that gave us essentially another 150,000, not quite that. ish, 130,000 back towards our transfer budget, of which we were able to then adjust back down to our payroll. Now we have another like 5 weeks in the transfer window. So if we have some injuries or we find an obvious miss in our team, we can use this money to bring in another player. This is the first team we have had where I have not had a single player tell me no, where players wanted to come. Now, partly that's because I never unticked the players are willing to transfer, but we didn't need to. That's the thing. We got good talent for our level. We got excellent talent for our level. And people were willing to come to the team. So this is the first time that we've actually really been able to spend our transfer budget. And it was so nice. I am really, really excited about this. Now, you can see this team in the past has run pretty high budget-wise. And I think we'll be able to get back up to there. They were a little bit low, and we spent a little bit here. I'm not sure exactly what has precipitated this money here. You can see that they've been pretty consistent as far as profit each year, right? This is the reward money. So clearly they just weren't spending quite as well. They ran a pretty big loss in that chunk right there, and then again in that chunk. So they've been fairly consistent as far as reward money in and money out. So I'm not really sure why we've seen kind of this drop here, because you can see, well, they had a little bit extra here. Maybe this was a cup run. Maybe they had some cup runs here and they got some extra money in and that able to boost up, and then they didn't here. I don't know. Speaking of cups, let's take a look. We're supposed to reach the playoff. Top team gets promoted. Top next 2 teams get promoted. So we need to be top 3 essentially. We don't have to get promoted. We just have to reach the playoff. This one is the one that's more worrying to me. We have to reach the 4th round of the cup. And because we know it's a crapshoot. Van Lurs, I think it's going to be Van Lurs. The O with a slash through it is the UR from nurse, for those of you who are interested in pronunciation. So this team is a lower league team. A second division, actually. So not lower league, but an actual division team. But we don't know who we're going to meet after this, right? We've got to win 3 games. And so we could start here, and then we could have been the super division, whatever it's called, the top division next game. Let's see, Nordic Bet, Superliga, super division. So we could end up with this the very next game and get crushed. So always a crapshoot. All right, that's enough talking. Let's play a match. We are, I believe, on the 28th. Okay, we're going to play both of these first 2 games. We're not going to play them in this episode, though, because I've talked too long. This team is expected to be number 3 in the league. We are expected to be number 2. Horsens is expected to be number 1. So these first 2 weeks, essentially, are going to give us are going to tell us how we're going to do, right? This is going to set the standard for the whole rest of it. And as usual, we start playing the top and then apparently work our way to the weaker teams as we go down. Because that's how it always seems to work for us, right? We never start with easy matches. But let's go ahead and hit continue and see what we've got going on. We're the only ones playing today, apparently. So let's see if the Swans are gonna rise up here. A little HBK over Helsingør. I don't know. I guess it's 2 R's then, right? Because the URR. Interesting. Anyway, no real adjustments here, except we are going to run our normal 4-4-1-1 to start with. I'd like to see how it's going to perform against us, equal level talent. Match sharpness. Our goalkeeper, our striker, was injured for part of that. I think he played part of every single game, but we had to take him out once, and then we had to sub him back. We subbed Christensen in, who's our backup, who played very well as well for us. And so he hasn't played a complete game yet. So we'll see how that goes. So there we go. There's our basic team. We've got one more. Nope. We both have 3 people without pictures. That's how you know that we are very equally paced. I've been really happy so far with our assistant managers' pep talks. Now that it tells us what they are there, at least for me, I've noticed Loki Doki still hasn't been getting his on all of his saves. But we've been getting on our saves, so we're not going to argue it. But just as far as watching other YouTubers play, I watch a few of them. I notice it's not showing up on his, but it is on ours. And it may be that he was just that far ahead with his recording as well. Kick off. Let's. So this jersey here for the actual team is blue and black stripes with the blue shorts, I believe. However, their second color is actually green. I like the pink better, and then they have kind of an orangey brown for their third jersey. I haven't looked to see what our third one is yet, if we even have one in the game. But I think we're probably going to change this one to the striped kit, because I think that looks really sharp. But generally speaking, I like the uniforms. All right, Vogelmuth get it. He's our captain, by the way. Oh, no, Larson takes advantage of him. Oh, our weakness is still our defensive centers. We're playing a defensive midfielder there. We may have to work on that a little bit as we go, but I think we'll be okay. I kind of like the idea more of a defensive midfielder back there because we are going to be so attacking. Those guys are going to, they do need to move a little bit. So in a sense, it makes less sense to have a static defensive center back there, classic defensive center that does somebody with a little bit more movement and passing and ball movement. But so far, 5 shots, all 5 have been on target. We've got a half chance. We do control possession at the moment. So aside from that one, we're not getting a lot of highlights, but I think it's pretty clear that we're fairly dominating this. We are at home for this one. Oh, Lidstrom just slams that one through. It looked like Ottesen got a hand on it, but not enough to knock it aside. And there we go. First goal. Jesper Lidstrom, assist by our defensive center back, Josip Kalisic there. Lindstrom, I guess? Because it has the O in it? I'm going to go Lindstrom. I think that's still probably correct. It's probably Strom, but we're going Strom because that's the other's too hard for me to say. 9 shots, 8 have been on target, 2 half chances, 2 long shots. I think we're playing spectacular at this point. I think we should be up. We deserve to be up by more than 1 goal with that type of deal. Let the team know we appreciate their efforts. We'll keep an eye on this, but I think probably we're going to be able to let him just take this over and not worry about it anymore. Although the advantages of us doing is it helps us build those positive relationships while we talk to them. Kramer tries to dribble down, decides that's enough, goes into Lidstrom and gets taken down. They played very aggressive on defense there. That was well done. Bus has it, starts feeding it back. That was our highlight? Okay, I guess. I'm watching here. You can see they do get some possession here in the middle, but they haven't really been able to carry much of it into our zone, into the final third. So 10 shots, 8 on target still, 3 half chances, still controlling this game. About 65, I think we'll start making some subs. We'll see. We're doing okay. But we do have a stretch coming up where we got really close back-to-back games, so we do need to pay a little bit of attention to our fitness, especially early on here. We don't have our backup there ready quite yet. We're really tired. I'm going to go ahead and put Christensen back in. He's played very well as striker. I think we'll sub him in and see how that goes. Again, we don't have a lot of defensive center depth. I do have Matthias Anderson back here. Pretty solid. Again, a defensive midfielder, though. And we've got Mikkelsen back here who plays... he's going to be defensive center for us. He was someone who's still on contract for us, youngster. Not spectacular, but he's going to give us some depth, and he's got really good teamwork and decent position, and he's brave. Again, not terribly fast, but 9 and 8 should be enough for us with decent positioning, so hopefully we'll be okay. And he's got a good jumping reach. But let's go ahead and make that sub there. So defensive center is still our weakness, and we may want to see about improving that as we go, now that we have a little bit more money. I'd kind of hit the end of the cash. Like I said, we're out of transfer budget, and I was over budget for payroll. Man, this one is just kind of a little bit slower than I expected it to be honest, guys. Again, 11 shots, 8 of which have been on target, 3 half chances still, only 3 long shots out of those. Let's see, can we get another goal here? I think we really deserve one. Comes back out. Christensen's able to hold it in, though. He's not really a target man. I probably should move him up to something, but in fact, let's take a look at that before this thing's over and I forget. I don't really want him as a target man. I think we go personalized, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. I really like him as a false 9, actually. That's how I've been playing him so far during the preseason. So let's do that. I think that gives, with Bus charging in and with our attacking wingers like that, having him drop back creates problems. How did that not go in? Did that go off the woodwork? My God, we were so close to just blowing this game out. 8 shots on target. The shooting accuracy, despite the fact that our finishing is not spectacular, has just been absolutely amazing. Do I have? Let's get. Bus is good, but I think he's gonna run hard. So let's put Mickelson in there, and we're not gonna make him an inside. We're gonna just put him as just a regular fullback on support, and confirm that, and just try to play this one out. I say not quite as exciting as I would have liked. We did end up giving up a clear-cut chance, but we've also picked up a clear-cut chance. Can we get another goal here? Lidstrom to Kramer. We got guys in the middle. Back out, though. Kramer's got it. Can he find Christensen or get it across? No, he just rolls it in. That was supposed to be fixed, but, you know, those mistakes are going to happen. As long as it's not a consistent thing, we consider it just a mistake by the player and not an actual... Kramer got ahead on it, but is unable to control it, and Gatwin gets past him. Madsen's got it. Oh, look at that. I'm going to have trouble with that name, but that was excellent. Lidstrom's got it. He's got a charging man across. He gets it to Braun. There we go. Bond puts that one in. 2 goals for Bond this game. I told you, absolute beast. This guy's going to score a lot of goals for us, despite like a finishing of 8 or something like that. Hagel? This guy right here, number 12. Hagel. We're just going to probably nickname him Hagel. Hagelskjar? I don't think it's really that hard a name, but when I see all those jumbled letters up, it just freezes my brain up. And I was in the Army with a kid named Hagel, who's a very, very good kid. Young man, not a kid. He was actually top of our class, but he destroyed his back in training, and so they delayed the paperwork to let him graduate so he would get the Army training. But then they medically discharged him right afterwards. But really good kid from North Carolina, I think. So we're going to call him Hagel. That way I can remember. I can say it when we see it quickly. And I think domination. We win 2-0, 13 shots, 9 of which were on target. Few fouls. Good possession for us. 2 clear-cut chances. 18 key passes. We ran hard. No mistakes for us. No mistakes for them either. We weren't capitalizing. They didn't screw up. These weren't us taking advantage of a bad team. This is just solid play. So we go to the dressing room. I'm going to give him a passionate, happy with the way he played. I'll do this one just to get us a little bit more interaction with the players. Let's see what the league, what the news says. Quality of possession provides victory. Classy Bond. There we go. 1 goal. Did he just have the 1? Who got our other goal? I thought he got both of them. Maybe put that one off the post. Let's praise his performance, though. Superb number. Yep, good. Bond makes his debut. Lidstrom got our other one. That's right. All right, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back with the number 1 potential team, AC Horsens, in the very next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.